All right, so for your collar, this will be your collar video. Whenever you need to charge it, all you need to do is, it's already plugged in, everything all set, because it'll come apart like this piece here will pop out. There you go, see? You just slide it back in if it needs to. This one plug, you just plug it back in. And same thing, this piece can unplug, just plug it back in correctly. But once it's all correct, you gotta find the magnet side, so you can see magnet side on magnet side, and then just clip it on. As far as I know, it doesn't matter which way, oops, let me take it off, which way you clip it on. Oh, actually, yes it does. So you will figure out then, right here, perfect example, and it even kind of shows you. There's, I don't know if you can see, there's two ends on this side, and then on this side there's one end. And then you can even tell for your collar as well. There's 2 indents right on the top right there. So, like I said, that's for charging, that's all you need to know. When it comes to setting it up, you'll see right here, there is the different modes. So N just means like no, nothing, nada. It's off at this point. Once you want to change it, you do have to use your finger or use something to move it. And so you're going to want to move it clockwise to, turn on to activate it, counterclockwise to shut it off. So moved it to vibrate, that's what V is, and you're never going to use the V option. It's not going to do anything. You are going to want to start out at A, which is the automatic function. And this is going to let the machine do it for you. And what I mean by that is it's going to start at level 1. And if level 1 isn't working, then it's go to level 2. If level 2 isn't working, then it's going to level 3. And it's just going to go up for you slowly and slowly from there. And that way you're not having to, because the other option would be, so that's option A, automatic, and then you just put it on her. It is up to you. As you can see, this thing is very large, very long. It is up to you if you want to cut it off. That's what I would recommend doing on any of my e-collars. I just find at whatever point it fits her, and then the way I would do it is, let's say like her neck was this big, I would make sure that there's enough room for this thing to go through. If this thing to go through, yeah, there we go. And then I would probably cut it off at like right here. So that way there's enough to go through the secured safe spot, but there's not that much that's hanging. So if you wanted to, you could cut it off around here. But like I said, if this is your dog's size collar, that's what I recommend. It's easier that way. The other option then will be, you're gonna start at, instead of going to A, you're gonna start at level 1. So there we go. So level 1, and now we're gonna put it on her, and then we're gonna wait for her to bark, and then whenever she barks, this goes by volume. So if she does like low whines, or like I said, not like crazy or anything like that, it's not gonna register. So if she's just whining the entire time, this won't do anything for the whining. This will only be if she's actually barking. But like I said, once she is barking, it's going to stim her with these things, and you should notice some sort of discomfort with her, whether she stops, whether she might get, and it can happen, the dogs get caught by surprise, like completely by surprise, and then they'll squeal sometimes, or they'll whine, let's say. It's not necessarily an indication that the level is too high. It could be a thing of it is just surprise your dog. So a first squeal, I'm not going to be too worried. I'm not going to be concerned. But if we keep on using it, and I notice that every single time that happens, then to me the level is too high. If we find out that level 1 is too hard for her, then that would be something to where, okay, we would go back to the vibrate option, because then that way is going to be less intense. There's going to be no stimulation. It will just be a vibration, and hopefully that works. If not, and your dog just keeps barking, and you put it on 1, just straight barking to it, it's tight enough, and it has to be like genuinely like tight on the dog to where like it is making contact. There can't be any wiggle room. So if this was around your dog, and let's just say right here, like it was loose, like anything like this is not going to work. It has to be completely tight around your dog, right? You shouldn't really be able to move it or shift it too much. You shouldn't really be, like, maybe fit your pinky in there, but you shouldn't really be able to fit a whole finger, especially not 2 fingers under there. Otherwise it's not gonna work and it's not gonna do anything, no matter what level you put it on. So make sure it's tight enough. And then after that, then like I said, level 1's not working. Okay, we go to level 2. Put it back on her, wait, see, is she barking? If she barks, if she responds, great. Level 2 is her level. If not, all right, we go up. And we keep going until, like you said, there's 7 levels. And then once you figure out your level, that's where you keep it. So if we figure out that, hey, her level is level 2, then now we know anytime we wanna put it on, make sure it's at level 2. Because not now, and I don't know, especially because they upgraded these as a nicer version. But the older models used to, after a long period of time, this would become looser. So the button could accidentally, like I said, not these, but the button could accidentally slide to a different level. So you just always would want to make sure. This very strong. If anything, it might be hard to switch the levels. So you might need to use a tool or something like that. But for you, I'm actually just gonna leave it on the automatic setting, so that way you can just put it on, put it off. And like I said, from the charging time, it said 2 to 3 months. So this should last for a while, even left on. And that's really it as far as the collar goes. Like I said, it's not too complicated, not many things. I've been trying to explain everything in detail. That's why this video could be longer. But all you're gonna do is size it appropriately, put it on A, and put it on. That's it, it's as simple as that. So if you have any questions, let me know.